Thank you for watching this video. If this is your first time on my channel, or if you've not done so already, please subscribe. Like this video if you enjoy the content and see more. This is part 2 of my US-Iran war series project. This project, if you haven't seen part 1, I'll put a link in the description. I highly recommend you check it out. This is a project that is where I'm writing a story or a series of short stories based on a hypothetical U.S. along with allies war with Iran set in 2026. And the narrative is going to be driven by wargaming and the results of the war games. It's going to be utilizing multiple domains in the wargaming domain, for lack of a better term. So there's the old hex and counter GMT games, Next War Iran. There is Command Modern Operations, a PC operational level war game. There is Combat Mission Shock Force 2, a PC company level or infantry-based engagement simulation, and DCS World for combat flight simulation. And so I never have enough time because of work and stuff, but I'm starting with a mission for DCS representing an early engagement. So kind of been tweaking this mission, and I've had the most horrendous time with this. So if you're familiar with DCS World, they have a really good legacy FA-18 Charlie Hornet module, but that's been retired by the U.S. Navy as far as operational deployments go. They may have some in training capacity. The Marines, their aviation, do still utilize the legacy Hornet, but they don't do it from carrier operations. So there is a mod, unofficial mod, for a Super Hornet. It's really just a reskin, but I went ahead and got it anyways, just to make it a little more authentic. You know, it's 2026. And there were some issues there. Some caused me to not be able to open my mission editor. If you have that problem, it's a Lua issue with the C-130 Hercules mod. Leave me a comment and I can walk you through what fixes it, because I thought it was something broken in the Super Hornet mod, all the different stuff. I did repair files. So I lost an evening just messing with that. And then yesterday I went to record and there was an update to DCS World. So I lost an evening messing with that and just having a heck of a time. I did do some and I wasn't happy with it. And I recorded some actual footage, you know, just test running the mission. And I wasn't happy with that, but I did learn some lessons from that footage. So first, let me go over high level mission. The key main point of the mission is taking out this nuclear facility, Iranian nuclear facility. FYI, I am not a nuclear power plant layout specialist by any means, so I went for a rule of cool and just started placing stuff. This is not meant to be an authentic layout per se. I think it looks reasonably well if you go into the sim and take a look at it, but it's not meant to represent realism per se. Alongside that, I have given the Iranians several air defense sites, both SAMs, long range, medium range, short range, man pads, AAAs. They're not the most modern systems, and here's why. DCS World doesn't do a particularly great job of modeling electronic warfare, electronic counter warfare. So in a real world scenario, you'd have growlers up there with the electronic warfare jets. You'd have drones. You'd have chafe alleys, all this different stuff that's going to disrupt enemy air defense, integrated air defense networks. The Iranians have S-300s, the SA-10, and I don't believe they've been given the S-400 yet from Russia, or they may have been given parts of it, but not the complete system. So in this scenario, though, 2026, they would have that, but the reason why I didn't utilize, well, first, S-400 is not in DCS World, S-300 is, but those would have been priority targets, land attack, cruise missile attacks, you know, different things. So I'm trying to represent suppression of enemy air defenses somewhat in the sim, but also compensate for things in the sim that's not particularly well. And what I'm flying is not a seed mission anyhow. So I want to have some threat from enemy air defenses, But that's not my main goal, is to neutralize those threats. My main goal is to come in and bomb nuclear facility. And so there are some enemy air defense sites. I do have some friendly F-16 seed packages going on to neutralize those. I also have some gunboats and Iranian frigate. And I do have a anti-ship, which is not this one, but I do have an anti-ship package as well. So for Super Hornets to take these out. Although this carrier strike group, a lot of times the Arleigh Burke destroyers end up taking them out as well. I have B-2 Spirit bombers coming in to attack the nuclear facility as well. So it's going to be kind of a multi-pronged thing. One thing I did put, I have a trigger zone here. So there's a randomized chance when we cross in to here that enemy air interceptors, MiG-29s, will scramble and attempt to engage us. So we won't know. It's approximately 50-50 chance. So you won't know until you go there. In fact, I'm going to move. Oh, wrong one. I'm going to move this slightly. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to move it slightly. I'm just going to make it slightly larger. There. Encompass a little bit more. So this will trigger a randomized chance. So it's going to cover the zone of the nuclear facility. I don't have any cap units yet. Now, the Super Hornets are armed with air-to-air missiles, and so are the F-16s. So there is, capable of defending themselves, but it's not a specified. And I'm considering maybe I'll add one to run an air patrol through there, but I don't think so. I want to represent some level of danger coming in, but not a high level. One reason is I'm not a great pilot, and since this is driving the narrative, I don't want my pilot, or I should say my aviator's character, to be doomed to die. Necessarily. I want to have an opportunity for it and the narrative go that way, but if I make this too difficult, it's going to get blasted out of the sky, and that character is going to be dead. So I'm going to make a little bit of difficulty. He may die, but the goal is not 100% to kill him off. I'm a terrible pilot. You'll see when you see the flight videos. One lesson learned, and I do scripting. I know Luau scripting and stuff. I try to keep a lot of these missions simple. So these are just basic things. So they're just triggers. When I come in here, it'll set a flag to between 2 to 4. And if it's or 2 to 5, and if it's a 2 or 3, they activate. And if it's a 4 or 5, nothing happens. So one lesson learned, though, I have this carrier, and let me go ahead and light him up. And it was becoming an issue because everyone's trying to take off at once, and I just don't have that kind of time. So in a real life engagement, and in the next war series, they actually model 3 carrier strike groups. I was like, all right, well, why don't I just add another carrier? I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm not going to add an entirely new carrier strike group because I don't want to get too many units out there that, because the strike group itself doesn't see a heavy amount of engagement in this scenario, or really any. I mean, you might have this Burke engaged, but that's about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it sufficiently enough. And then I want to find my guy. There we are. And I'm a little too close. So I'm going to have to move him close enough that I can slap him over to there. All right, so it crashed on me. So I lost what little progress I was updating this mission on. And I think it was, I don't know if it's a Super Hornet that is just not like in the mission editor, but I am learning my lesson, and I am saving quite frequently now. Why is it not doing that? Okay. I'm put some decorations on here, nothing too crazy. All right. Second part, I want to change the bomb loadout, so I'm going to change this to copy. I'm just going to do this as a ground strike. The same thing, but I want to change this bomb. No practice bombs. Please don't mess this up. It's a little confusing. I think if it's going to be... Yeah, okay, we're good. Just wanted to make sure I was doing the right one. So I've been mostly flying the F-15 Strike Eagle, so I'm having to remind myself of some of the Hornet stuff. Like, for example, why do I not have anything now on that station? What did I do wrong? Why does it look like it's in the fuel tank? Which one? I'm on station 9. Yeah. Because it's on station 4. Is that the right one? Let's go here. So, can imagine my frustration. Okay, now it looks normal again. My frustration just trying to figure that stuff out. Okay. So, I think I'll move over to the other guys, and I think I'm going to throw these in there as well. Or I'm not going to, because it doesn't appear to be on there. Copy ground strike. And are they not premium? Oh, there it is. So I'm going to have 2 of us with the lighter bombs and 2 with the heavier bombs. All right, let's go back over to here. Let's go back. Let's see here. Did it mess up my targeting? 3, 4, 5. Okay. And advanced. Let's go back to 2. Yeah, it won't do it. Delete. Let's go back to 3. Oh, you know why? I know why. I don't know why. Let's go back. I don't know what that is. I'm again getting extremely frustrated because it just doesn't seem to want to do what I want it to do. Oh well, close enough. So everyone else, all the other Hornets will be on this one. Will be on this one. Let's go ahead and save again. So it's kind of a simple mission, and hopefully at the end of this video I can actually record a little flight stuff and do a test run. And then my next video should be the full-on mission. So I'll try a few things out and see how it goes. So in the background, I'm going to write the introduction to the first story. So, which is going to be set from Donald Trump's point of view, President Trump. And then I'm going to run this mission. So I have a story with the naval aviator, flaps. And then there will be a start the campaign in the next war I ran. So stay tuned. Check out some flight footage. Thank you. Have a great one, everyone.